Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's astrologer Eric Rosen for Viking Rising Astrology, your daily horoscope for Wednesday, October 19th, 2023. Thanks so much for being here. Well, we definitely want to pay attention today to our thoughts, to our thinking. We might be weighing out two piles of shit in terms of our decision making if we get too looped up into the mind. That's because the sun is with Mercury in the south node. I will say the good news is that your thoughts can manifest. They can definitely become your reality, and it can become, a strong point of, and the highlight of your life, so to speak, in terms of like the thoughts that you're having about the things that feel beautiful in your personal reality, and actually seeing that you are that person, that you can really root into that you can identify with that type of thinking, and be okay with not so much worried about like the horizons of how to get there, the future of like where things are going, or, is it all going to go bad or is it going to go good or whatever. It's definitely, a day to, I'm warning everybody to, positive thinking. It's going to get us through today, because this is the type of day where for the people that aren't either paying attention or they just don't feel strong-willed, this is Alice trying to go after her cat and then not expecting all the booby traps of going into Alice in Wonderland and then like hating it. We don't want to go into subconscious looping. We don't want to go into the victim stuff that I've been talking about. We definitely don't want to psych ourselves out and just try to pull the covers up over our heads and just wait for the noise in the mind to go away. Definitely not a time, if you think that where a relationship is going or who's justified on a side of a debate, either in your own thinking or like, in relationships or a world front, you don't. You don't. It's total other bullshit if your thinking is sort of trying to persuade you that you understand the terrain of things, that you understand the horizons of the possibilities of where things can go. This is where Alice in Wonderland style, it's like all possibilities are there and all possibilities are welcome. And so at the end of the day, we've got to be, and all day really, we've got to be vibrating at the identification and the beauty of the change that we want to see and the alignment, and to live that reality. This is definitely not a time to attach to outcomes. It's definitely not a time to screw the pooch on, getting tripped up over like little things that, little quirks about reality that bother you, little patterns, just the dumb shit, because, it would be a waste. It would be a waste of our thinking power. We really want to see, it reminds me of like going up a flagpole. It's like you go, like, imagine hanging out at the top of a flagpole, right? It's pretty high up. You could fall. It's windy, but there's an essence of exhilaration that comes. What if you knew that you couldn't fall off the top of a flagpole? It's like, get like the bigger picture of your life and where things have been historically, and giving yourself some grace and compassion for that. And then I would say, euthanize that shit, put it to bed, and then transmute it into actual passion for the present moment of the reality of where things can go, and to like not get hung up in these spaces that's anything just outside the present moment of where we can actually go. This is about doctoring ourselves, in a good way, with our compassion, with our thoughts, our thinking, with knowing that our relationships can be happy and harmonious simply by going, you know what, there's just too much to try to understand. There's just too much to try to weigh out. That can be so far out there, things that don't even affect our personal reality, all the way to the minutia, the little things that we don't actually need to control, because it's just a hologram. It's just a feedback loop of a matrix system. No one's hitting a dead end. So for anyone out there that feels like they're tired of something, or they're ready for a pattern to change, and a new door just has to open, and you're feeling stuck in some area of life, it's just trying to get your attention, to show you what a powerful vessel of holy fucking light that you are, to be able to use also your passion and just primal energy to incite change in your life. And I think if we can capture these moments and see that, you'll catch lightning in a bottle, you'll catch fireflies in a bottle, and you can nourish yourself. It's like, have the thoughts that really connect with spirit, that really connect with more listening in detail, more like really seeing the message all the way through, and not just trying to use our spiritual connection just to feel better because things feel heavy or things feel like a grind, or just whatever it is. It's not about just like trying to get through the reality, or get through the day, or just like sloshing along. I know some of that feels like we just never get the fucking sewer pipes that burst these past 3 years off our shoes, and we have to like keep like walking through that in a weird way and pretend that there's not some stuff in reality that fucking stinks, like war and just all the other shit that's going on that we don't want to see and we wish would change. But I think this is way more about putting the boots on, putting the fucking sewer boots on, and kind of high stepping it, getting to a higher ground, getting to that, even if it's not the flagpole position, at least just get to a higher ground in your life. Like, keep your thoughts elevated. This is one of those days where if we could do that for ourselves, if we can really, really do that for ourselves, I think we can create some positive momentum. I think even if the doors don't open immediately, it's like side quest shit. It's like we're enchanting doors that can open that we're not ready to go down the hallway for, but they can open later on, just because we're being in a more positive vibration with ourselves and our thoughts. Things don't come to victims very well, right? Like, if you're in victim thinking, you attract more of a victim reality, and even if good shit shows up, you'll still find a way to shit on it, and it won't be good enough, it won't be quality enough, it won't be the door and the big celebration that we wanted, right? So if we align it just with the sense of the like positive thinking, put ourselves in positions to succeed, and especially just these thoughts that not even just so much our own thoughts of trying to brag about our identities or our position in life, or like how things are going, and try to like psych ourselves up, like kind of like pump ourselves up. It's more about like, what's the authentic, true spiritual thoughts coming through. This is the day where subconsciously, like listening, the receptivity, the more feminine process is going to be the support, not the masculine dominated, I'm fucking strong and I'm a warrior of peace and harmony and I'm going to prove it to people. And we definitely don't want to be trying to prove anything to anyone right now, making other people wrong, pathologizing people, because we just create our own weird funhouse mirror version of what's going on in our reality, and before we know it, it's Alice in Wonderland meets fucking Tron or some shit, where we're trapped in our own simulation of our own undoing, our own self-undoing. This is a day of either undoing our thoughts or selflessly protecting, I would say, even just the great things about life. Like seeing the bigger, wider picture, seeing the future, seeing that it is like the little things, it is like the things that maybe aren't so far out there, but maybe more so the things that we're always like overlooking in our life, because we're always trying to expand somewhere, we're always trying to open a door, or we're trying to kick a door open, and we're like, I want this, like I gotta have it, or I gotta feel better, just the seeking. It's the constant seeking. And I think if there's one thing that Spirit's probably going to bring up as a theme today, although there's so many more possibilities of what it will bring up, believe me, but is that the gratitude and the appreciation of just the little things that are just showing up, that are just already showing up, that show up naturally. This is about things being organic. This is not about spraying spiritual GMO on the crops in your mind, trying to like make things better, make yourself feel better, make your relationships better. Just be fucking honest on a day like today. Show up, don't suppress the emotions, let the guiding light, as always, be the heart, and don't be afraid to go for what you truly desire.